guys, welcome back. So this is a new series, I suppose, that I'm going to be starting up, where I'm going to be looking at the worst Nintendo Switch games that have been released. Now, the criteria that I'm looking for with these games is it looks terrible and it also runs, well, terribly. So with that in mind, the first game that we're going to be looking at is WWE 2K18 on a Nintendo Switch. Now, this released back in December of 2017, which is a month and a half after it released on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. I'm not sure if it released on the PC or not, but that's not the point here. And they did have a lot of time to try and update it, patch it, make it look better, make it run better. And they did try because there was a lot of updates for this game on the Nintendo Switch. None of them actually helped though. It still looks just as bad and runs just as bad as it did on day one when it released. Now, as you can see, I have it running side by side. The left hand side is through the standard HDMI cable, and on the right hand side is running through my M Classic and a 4K capture card. And while the M Classic is trying its hardest, it's not exactly doing great. It is cleaning the image up a little bit, but I think the M Classic is just out of its league with this one. The M Classic can help make other games look much better on a Nintendo Switch. It is just not going to do anything worthwhile for WWE 2K18. But enough about the visuals, how does it actually run? And the answer there is also not great. I think the lowest I've seen it go is about 14 frames per second since the line actually leveled out. And there is a section coming up here where the screen goes completely black. That part there. Where you did see it dip down really low, and that's because with the program that I use, if the screen is solid colour and there's no pixel difference between frames, it will just count that as being 0 frames per second. So I'm not counting that exact part there, I'm counting these parts here where there's actual movement and they're trying to get things moving along. But it's not great. I don't think this has ever ran well on the Nintendo Switch, and I don't think it ever will. But how does it look in a match? As you can see from this, it doesn't run well at all. Now, I will give it its credit, it did used to crash a lot. And during my time recording this, it did not crash for me at all, which is surprising. I have now deleted the game off my Nintendo Switch again, so I'm not going to download it and see if it will continue to crash again. But in a one-on-one match, you get an average of about 26 frames per second, 25, something like that. But there is something that can bring it down a little bit more, and that is having more than, let's say, 3 people, because the referee is there during a one-on-one match. But let's see what happens if we add in 4 more people. So now the referee is not present in this one, but as you can see, the frame rate is not doing well at all. It is hanging around the 22-21 frames per second mark, and I don't think it will go much higher. If it does go higher, it's not going to be there for very long. It's just never going to actually be great. This is one of the games that you do not want to play on the Nintendo Switch system. And yes, I do regret buying this. I thought maybe they would get it running well. I'll be honest, I pre-ordered this before we've seen any footage from it on a Nintendo Switch, and it should have taught me a lesson not to buy games on a Nintendo Switch or any other system before actually seeing them, but I still pre-order my games early, and I don't think I'll ever stop. But if you ever have the desire for some reason to play this game on a Nintendo Switch, don't. This has got to be one of the worst games on the system, and I would not give this to anyone to play at any point. But anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I already know what the next game I'm going to be doing a video on this is, but I haven't decided when I'm going to release it. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Bye now.